Hey, welcome to Vine and Thorn Witch. So today I am going to set up a new altar that is going to just be for online use and kind of a daily activity, but something where I feel more comfortable sharing witchcraft and various spellcrafts and just kind of anything that I want to put online. So I picked up this desk at a thrift shop some years ago. And I love it because it's compact, it has really good storage, and it's just a really good small little desk. So I'm going to start with Moonwater, of course. I want to go ahead and give it a good cleansing. I don't need to go as heavy as a full smoking cleanser. I'm going to empty the whole thing. I just want to give it a good wash down to clear away the past energies. This used to be my computer desk, so my work desk. And I want to reset the intentions that the work I do here is now purely going to be for magic intentions. And Jack's going to get in on this. Oh, he's funny. Okay, so I'm going to now draw out a sigil and then focus my energy, understanding that the connection of magic is about to be used here. And these oils by the Witch's Cauldron are absolutely gorgeous. They have a really nice shop online, and I'll have the link down below. So I'm just going to put out a few droplets of this oil on the top of this desk. And what I'm going to be doing is using my hands, these magical, powerful, wonderful hands, and I'm going to make that connection of my intention and the work that I'm going to be doing, and literally rub it and work it into the top of the surface. It is going to leave a little bit of an oily kind of sheen on it, as you can see here, but that's fine because it'll work in. Okay, a moment on woven items for your altar pieces. So this is just like a standard table placemat. And what I love is the focus on the weave of the fabric. It always gives me a reminder of how we are all interconnected, kind of simple awareness of the woven art of magic. Okay, so there is the placemat. The next thing that I'm going to focus on is something that is going to be fireproof. And I love my trusty amethyst slab that I picked up a few years ago. I think it was at Home Goods, now I can't remember. But whenever I find these little things, are wonderful. Okay, so this is something that I picked up at the dollar store for like a countdown for Halloween. And I loved the snakes and just the overall feel of it. It kind of has that kind of Gothic Victorian thing that I love. And then it has these little hooks up here. And I thought, you know, I'm going to repurpose this and use it as a sigil board so that when I am working with any kind of magics, with my trusty chalk, I can have it all right here, and it just perfectly holds that chalk right in place. So I thought this was a really handy kind of recycle or upcycle, whatever it's called. So a few more adornments on the altar, so my manifestations, and then my black tourmaline, or no, my black kyanite, I'm sorry. I love these kinds of stones. It just has such a magical way that the spheres that work up, and I love the energy of them, and obviously they repel negativity. Okay, so my little bell and the little goddess statue. As you can see, a lot of these things, I love the snake that comes up around here, but a lot of these things that I'm going to have on this desk are from Witch Casket. It's kind of a big deal to me to keep my private working altar separate from what I share online, and because I do Witch Casket and do unboxings, all of these pieces are already there, and so I thought it's really perfect to have these items for my my online altar. Okay, so of course a quartz crystal. No witch can go without candles. So, and I love green. It's one of my most favorite colors. Okay, I forget what the stone is called right now, but it was a find that I absolutely love. a little bit of a book, and now you get an idea of the working space. So I can work right here with any spells I'm doing. I have enough space to write in my journals, or whatever it is that I'm looking to work on. So now let's focus on the curio over here, a little display. So I have some dried flowers from previous ceremony I did. And let me just kind of go ahead and add some things on here. Some oils, and then get a little bit closer in there. I should probably work on better lighting for future videos. Okay, so I have a variety of different ceremonial and like daily ritual kind of things for offerings, whether it's like milks or honey waters. So just the various things, jars over the years I've been collecting. Okay, this is something that I love that I picked up at Barnes & Noble, I think it was last year, and it is matches in a little casket glass thing. And if you can see on here, it won't go back in. Okay, there we go. So if you can see on here, it has like ravens, the glare of the light. It has ravens and scrolls, and I love this thing. So this is gonna be right here. I only use it for ceremony. And then we have some scissors that can nicely go on top of my little match casket. And then some bottles at the ready. So some empty bottles for whatever things I want to put into. This one I got from Witch Casket and I haven't used yet. So, okay, so this little one, when I am doing protection magics, I like grinding rue and focusing on what it is that I'm doing protections. And this little agate has a natural sickle in there, which I love, so I can focus on like cutting away negativity. And what's in there is some rue, so that's going to go right there. Let's see, next I'm going to put in some of my seashells that I have collected over the years, just a few of them. Okay, so this is an intentions box I've been using. Again, another gorgeous Witch Casket item. I'm going to put that right up here. That's why it's easier to grab. Okay, I think down here I'm just going to put a collection of nature things. So the seashells, some woods. This one I found most recently along the Mississippi. I love finding things like this and turning them into jewelry. And then a rusty nail for protection that again I found on the shore of the Mississippi River. And then this little stone was in the area where a friend of mine on their farm allowed me to bury my cat that I had for 20 years, and so this is his memory stone. He passed away like 5 years ago. So, okay, moving on. So we come up here. Okay, so this little guy, I love collecting little things here and there when I go on my nature walks and putting them in this jar. So I'm going to put that up here with some quartz crystal and a spoon that is easily accessible for whatever I want to mix. A few more stones and just things that will make me feel really comfortable in this space. All right, so this is kind of now set up. So I have some working items in here and then just some visual things. All right, over here on the other side of the desk, I like having this jewelry box, which really fills a lot of things. So I have all of my variety of crystals in these drawers, the ones that I use all the time. And then on the very top, I can hide little spells that I'm actively working at the time. So things that I'm going to put away, like, and only bring out for the full moon or the shadow moon or whichever workings I'm doing, I can store them right in there. And that way my cat doesn't knock them over. So this is my divination bowl. I have various works of divination. These are the witch's runes that I personally made. This was the first set I ever made, so it's kind of near and dear to my heart. And I use these probably every day. And then just some other ones that I have received through the Witch Casket. Let me see. And these are my dice that I do use for D&D, but also I use them for my magic practices, for my magic weaving. So I use a little bit of numerology in there. Okay, so next, my selenite slab. It's meant to have candles, but I've never used it that way. I use it to cleanse various items, but also to focus on balance and remembering myself, to keep a habit of clearing up things, to go around my home and collect up like spells that I have, just to keep like a positive energy flow within my home. And then I have my black tourmaline. I love that it has this big chunk of mica on it. I just think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to keep this up here. And one of my wood burning sets that didn't turn out right, but I personally love it. You can tell I put oils there. And then I have the interlocking snake symbols. So I'm going to put that up here. And then a little dish of more bits and pieces from nature walks, things that have been given to me, just a variety of things that help me feel connected to nature when I need to meditate at my workspace. So here we are, a simple little workspace where I can do various things and share it online and not worry about my own private working space. All right, so here is a Witch Casket incense sticks. I'm gonna go ahead and open this box. I love these incense. They burn so smooth and clean, and the smell is really, really lovely. Okay, so a technique that I personally have done when I'm using incense sticks to bring about blessings. So I like switching hand to hand, focusing on the strength of who I am and the nurture of who I am. Whatever kind of balance that you see when you're going from your active hand to your passive hand, and going back and forth and focusing on the balance that I am seeking to come to this space, this working space for my magic practice. I think I'm going to do kind of a see how it goes, talk through a smoke divination, how I do it in an upcoming video. Okay, so I'm going to pull out my fennel seeds, which I grew up using as blessing seeds. I know blessing seeds are kind of universal, and it depends on your background and how you came to magic on what it is a blessing seed, but fennels have always been the ones that are my go-to. So a little bit more of the moon water, and just go ahead and pour some of that in here. Again, this is a Witch Casket exclusive, this little potpourri or herb steamer. I don't know exactly the technical term for it, but I love this thing. All right, so I'm gonna put some fennel seed in the palm of my hand, my passive hand, welcoming the blessings, and then adding my attention by laying my more active hand on top of it. Working those intentions, my goals into the herbs itself, connecting with these herbs, grinding them up in my hand, and going ahead and pouring them into the moon water. Again, this is just the way that I do this magics. The way that it works for you is going to be the right way for you. So, all right, so now I'm going to add a candle, and I'm going to let it simmer and boil. As I start smelling these herbs release into the air, I'm going to actively be thinking about the intentions, my hopes, my goals for the use of this little space that I've created here. I'm really loving this. So, and you see that this little fireproof slab is going to be working beautifully, and I now have this little space with the woven fabric. So one of my big things about not sharing my personal working altar is that it's meant for me, and I would show glimpses of it in my previous videos, and it always made me uncomfortable, and so I would immediately then like reset it up and rededicate it, and it was becoming a bit annoying. And so I now have it in a place that there's no way I can even accidentally share it on camera. And now I'm allowed to just like actively have that space where I can go to every morning, do my divination, do my morning prayers, do my evening prayers, and do whatever it is that I'm doing. And it allows me now to have this space where I can with ease come to and share anything that I want to post online or take pictures of or whatever. And that intention of that shared workings is going into the setup of the desk, of the space. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to having this space. And now it just feels like the setup for upcoming videos is going to just have that much more ease and flow to it. And I'm not going to be stressed out about what's behind me or what's in the room, or, you know, all the different things that maintain that balance of what we do want to share and what we want to keep private. Okay, so thank you for spending a few moments of your time with me. Hopefully you're having a beautiful day or night wherever you are. And until next time, as always, happy witching.